Why, good morning, you beautiful souls. How are you doing this morning? Hello, welcome. So, we're going to be diving into a little bit of this old story of the prodigal son to start it off. Now, I feel like everyone goes through that trial by fire, a catalyst that propels us into this path towards the one of self awareness and self mastery. And in this refinement, we are very much so like the prodigal son. It is a return that's done out of desperation. It's one that's done out of something that is more native. And we have this opportunity now collectively to make a loving choice, to lean in and fall in love with home, return to home, through the knowing that it's what has always felt right within our hearts. When we've been in the flow, in the zone, all these beautiful moments of life, the one key thing with all of this is it's the subtlety that the mind drops. Our bodily tensions release, and we're just in this beautiful balance of witnessing and participating in life. And that effortlessness, that easefulness is accessible to us. And it's through the love of just wanting to witness, to sitting back and watching the divine film that life has played out for us and laid out for us. So in this return home to source, this love of source, and getting ready for this supermoon in Aquarius, we're going to unpack all those tensions that are holding us back from receiving the love that is always accessible and just waiting our call. So get your last few wiggles out. With this invitation of the Aquarius supermoon, we have the time to get a little weird and silly. And not only is that going to have more opportunities to kind of flex that goofiness, but it's the open invitation and energy of Aquarius to really just tap into that unique self, to return home to the inner child that's a little silly and weird. So, with those wiggles, take a nice deep breath in. Whatever sound your body feels like it wants to release this morning, go ahead and let it out. And we'll begin. With the next 3 taps of the singing bowl, we'll take a nice deep breath in. With our exhale, we'll transmute that into a powerful and mighty Om. We'll take 1 breath to regulate together here. And out through the nose. Allow yourself to fall in love with this practice, meditation, with the tongue resting gently on the roof of your mouth and a nice smile on your face. Come to relax into the body and simply focus on the breath. Pay no attention to what needs to go down today. Simply allow yourself these moments of rest, relaxation, and renewal. Resting within the heart, that throne of the soul. When you hear this final tap of the singing bowl, shift your attention to that ringing, and as it fades into silence, so too allow your window of awareness to shift its focus towards the silence, the calm, the peace and gaps between thoughts, sounds, and happenings around you and within you. At any point, we can return home. Everything in life is happening so we can make that choice. Whether it's from love or from all the negative things that seemingly happen in this world. It matters not, just as that story of the prodigal son, the one who ventures off and quickly runs into the turmoil of life, is fearful that he will not be welcomed home. All the things that he's done, all the time and resources he's wasted, he feels he'll be rejected by his father. But when he does return, in these thoughts and frantic states of will work and do something around and sleep with the pigs if he has to, he is welcomed home to have his bed and received in a warm embrace. Now we can look at this story like life, as those that always seemingly stay home do so out of servitude and obedience, when the ones who venture and are forced home are just that, reluctantly returning because of strife and chaos. But neither in this story are there for love. And that's the relationship that so many put source into. Divine love, the eternal fire, God, it matters not what you call this universal presence. For the witness to all of our witnessing is everywhere and everything. It is you and I, it is the air we breathe. It is the world we live in. We are the Creator's creations. And as the saying goes, there's no atheist in a foxhole. For in strife and war being one of the most extreme points of chaos in this human experience, everyone is calling out to God. We instinctively know it in those moments of pure bliss and ecstasy, O God, O Source, O Creator. But can we choose to return home? Can we choose to receive Source's love with every breath? We have the choice when life's extremes seem very apparent and upfront in our life. But what happens when things are smooth? What happens when life is going well? And that is the invitation today. That is the invitation with every slice and frame of now we get in this lifetime. But as it goes, we're born and we forget our interconnectedness. We seemingly forget the fact that everything stems from one thing, and that is love. It's the only word that we can use to describe what Source is, yet it's so constrained and limited in terms of the impact felt. For in truth, love can't contain what we can experience as the love of Source and our Creator. And again, everything in life, so we can lean into those moments of encouragement that life presents us, to make that choice to come home through love. The disconnect, loneliness, there's no such things when we are in that remembrance. Us doesn't exist when we're in that remembrance, because everything is divinely timed and orchestrated for us. So taking a nice deep breath, and filling the entirety of the lungs, the lower and the upper, and the chest, with that air, that prana, that ether of love around us. Release gently through the mouth, a long and slow breath. We'll do this 2 more times. And with our inhale, we must reflect on those moments of stubbornness, of forcing life, of not listening to the subtleties and the calls that we know in our heart we should follow. And we forgive ourselves. Because these blockages in the heart that hold us back from receiving the Creator's love come down to us. What is it that we don't want to let go of? And just as the prodigal son who went and blew all the money and resources he had and went down a path of chaos and misery and suffering, where have we sold ourselves short? What is it that we will let go of in order to return home? And taking another deep breath in. And when you feel like the body is filled with air, take a few more breaths. Hold gently, and again release slowly through the mouth. And this isn't a reflection or a pondering to put us into a place of self-judgment, but rather surrender, to let go of swimming up the river, to allow ourselves to receive the flow of life fully by dropping away everything we think we need to do and instead listening to what Source is trying to tell us. It does not come in the thought forms and wave forms heard within the mind, but rather it's those gentle, wise pushes we have in our heart. And those moments when our heart is smiling and radiating, or our soul feels nourished. Those are those moments, those are those actions, those are those ways of life that Source wants for us. And in this Aquarius light, it's encouraged to be the unique creation that you were made to be. So where is that love lacking in your own heart for yourself, that divine creation? Can we come home and return to the center of it all? That witness, that silent knower, that heart space. If you've never done it, proclaim these words, not just internally, but externally. Source, I'm ready to receive you fully. Take it a step further by proclaiming what exactly you seek from Source. I seek to be the fullest of my expression in which you created me to be. And again, you must give permission using your free will by calling it forward. I allow you to flow through me and release anything that is not intended for me and what you created me to be. And though that is but one formulation of this invitation to our Creator, at any moment, you can call forth. The beautiful aspect of being a human is that we have that direct line with that which created everything. And the love will be overflowing. It will be abundant. And there is no end to it, for it is an infinite ocean that the more we explore, the more I seek to implore that everyone take time to build that channel and relationship with our Creator. And with these energies of the full moon already in play and peaking tomorrow with the full moon itself, the 19th, we're being encouraged by life to show and demonstrate courage. That Aquarius energy is liberation, yet it's something that we have already experienced and tasted as children. Living life without judgment, living life without fear, living life in the fun and the play and the silliness and the goofiness. And remember how weightless you felt. Remember how beautiful life was. And it's in this same comparison to the child that we return back to that story of the prodigal son. Because both paths are intended to be lessons. We have the son who stayed like the obedient child. And as we know in our own experience in this human lifetime, that there is an ignorance that is around that, a lack of knowing. One that simply follows orders will always have avenues of doubt if this was the right path. There is a lack of experience. There is a lack of truly owning and knowing the reasonings why we make choices. It takes courage to leave home. So own that aspect of your journey that you have ventured out deep into the fray, but now that dinner bell is ringing and it's time to feast on the infinite, expanding buffet of love. And that's the beautiful nature of our lifetime that we get to experience here. Is we get to be both sons, both daughters, both children in this story. But now we get to take it a step further. Now we get to venture into the part of the tale that is not told nor known. Because the son returns from desperation, but it doesn't go into falling in love with it. That tale doesn't dive into the child that stayed and how much they love it, or if there's underlying resentments. What will it take for us to return home through love? And how long does it take for us to fall in love with it fully, to trust it, to know it? And those tensions, those resistances towards Source, Creator, and that is something only you and that divine flame know. But allow these words of the heart to be planted within your own. And with your own repetition of them, your own reflections and ponderings in them, may they birth that divine tree that'll reach up to the heavens to receive that love. Know that you are so loved. Know that you are so loved that the love you've had in this lifetime can't even compare to it. Know that it's a love that can never leave you, from it pours out of every pore of your body and beingness. It's a love that'll uplift you in any moment. It is a love that'll make your eyes weep. It's a love that will make your heart feel so overflowing that you'll feel like the body can't contain it. It's a love that encourages you to explore and let go of everything that's holding you back from receiving more. In the purest sense, the word is liberation, because it frees you from the tensions, it frees you from the doubts and the fears, the disconnect. It's what allows you to dance with the rhythm of life. But we must call it in. We must make time. All of the loves you've had in life, from the familial to the romantic to the friendships, they've all been the lessons, pointing out those aspects of giving and receiving love. And every loss of those loves has been the call home to invest that energy with the one connection that will uplift every relation, every action, every moment in our experience. Between you and the divine. And all it takes is a moment. Here is to build that relationship and to work on it just as you would with any relationship. Commit yourself and dedicate time. Allow yourself to follow the subtleties that Source is trying to lead you towards and away from. How do men and women love and receive love? And those are the same things we need to put into our connection with Source in order to fully receive its love. And know that you are worthy. Know that this is your birthright. Know that no matter what you've done, the only one shaming and judging you is you, for Source is that parent, that primordial parent that is simply waiting to receive that call. And we can come into a deeper expression of who and what we are by returning back to that in which we were made to be. All those externalized masks and pressures that were put upon us that we chose as safe, with these energies of the full moon of Aquarius, the call is to let it all go. Free yourself from the boxes, free yourself from the assumptions, and lean into that childlike freedom. And watch life beautifully unfold, witnessing with Source, witnessing from your soul, and allowing your heart to smile and shine with every moment. When you hear the next tap of the singing bowl, allow yourself again to take a nice deep breath in and transmute that exhale into a mighty and powerful Om. And we'll take a breath here to regulate together. A nice big inhale and a gentle release through the mouth. And one more breath in. Namaste. The divine within you happening. One little indicator for the body when that heart channel is open and source is present is the eyes just want to flow. And I will say confidently, I haven't really had that many happy tears in my life, but the ones that I receive from source, breathtaking. It never ceases to amaze me how much love we have accessible at every moment when we just open ourselves up to receive it. For me, I grew up a skeptic of many things, and my spiritual path, like many, began out of desperation, trying to escape suffering. And I really do only feel like it's been the past year and a half that all of the tensions within each chakra, within each center, that I've had issues with trust and trusting that energy of source, that's been cleared out. And we are the bottleneck. There is so much opportunity when we allow ourselves to drop the tensions, the fears, and truly and fully radiate that life is a gift, that everything is grace, that everything is for us. And when we catch on to the game, those moments of inspiration and revelation arise faster and faster. And ultimately, it's that everything that's ever happened has been to point you and encourage you to come back home. The prodigal son lost everything, was living with pigs, got caught up in all the addictions in this life. And only when he truly reached rock bottom did he return home. That story is one of extremes, but we've all had to go through some rock bottom, some catalyst, some trial by fire. But when can we experience that rebirth from water? Whenever you want. Source doesn't judge us. That's for certain. But we judge ourselves. And I've seen it a lot in the collective lately, and I feel encouraged to and inclined to speak on it now. Everyone deals with unworthiness. Because when we live identified with the horse, the body, and all the externalized masks and teachings and things that we were told to do and kind of put on due to safety, our soul knows we're living out of pocket. Our soul knows we're not living in integrity and honesty of what we are. And with the supermoon tomorrow, life is really going to start to crank up that which is in alignment with our heart and our soul and what we were created to be, and that which isn't. So follow your intuition. Trust in you. You were created by the divine. And it's time that we remember, that we re-remember who and what we are fully. And with that, you'll be a beacon of light. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to say anything. You just need to dance your dance, and it's going to inspire someone to move and wiggle a little more freely. And that's beautiful. And that's ultimately what we're all here for, is to help teach and uplift one another. So if anyone has any questions, it's a great time for that. If not, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for taking time for yourself to rest. And that aspect, in the words of building a relationship with Source and treating it like any other lover, any other relationship, I want to actually add a little bit onto that and say it should be the first and most important relationship we have in life. Now, it's not like you must do this, but it's a open invite and a little dash of insight that when we put that connection with Source above everything else, it is the rivers that flow fully and allow every cup in our life to overflow. And I say that from a knowing of it. The more that I let go of and the more I surrender and the more that I put source first, the more beautiful life gets. It's wild. Start the day with dedicated time. Live each moment. Live every breath in that remembrance of not what is it that I want to do, but what do I know Source wants me to do more of? And if clarity is something you need in that, then ask for it. Creator is a loving primordial parent to us all. And ask and ye shall receive is a saying for a reason. And with that, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed. And in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment, for a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all whom ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. I hope you have a great little sit. I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you with you later. Have a good one. Peace.